First things first, I just want to. First things first, I just want to say that if you want the actual magazine, it is available at pwionline.com. That is pwionline.com, where you can find where you can find everything regarding the PWI awards for 2022. But I thought it would be fun if we broke down the awards and looked back at what was a very interesting year in professional wrestling, that being 2022. And it starts with the Wrestler of the Year from PWI Insider, which we will find out, I believe, sometime in the spring, the Wrestling Observer side of things, and we will do the same thing with Wrestling Observer when the awards for the Wrestling Observer newsletter come out later this year. But Roman Reigns was named Wrestler of the Year for 2022, and it is a little odd in my opinion because there were no runner-ups, there was no second or third runner-up like there normally is. It was just Roman Reigns named Wrestler of the Year for 2022, and in my opinion, I do think that there were people that may have been close to Roman, but as far as major matches and putting a company on his back and running with it, I don't think anybody comes close to Roman Reigns as having a successful 2022. And in my opinion, the Wrestler of the Year. There may be people that were close. I should take it back. There may be people that were close, but as far as magnitude of the success, I think it would be hard to match Roman Reigns. Speaking of magnitude of the success, Woman of the Year was fellow WrestleMania main eventer Bianca Belair. The EST of WWE is 2022's Woman of the Year, and in my opinion, shows how the divisions have changed within WWE and AEW in the better part of a year, or over the better part of the last year. I think if I had to pick certain talent that would be considered the second and third runners up, or first runner up, second runner up, and third runner up, I would probably put Masha Slamovich. I would probably put Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Mandy Rose as some of the other alternatives. Taya Valkyrie's had a good year. There's a number of people that could have been listed, but I do think that Bianca Belair is one without question Woman of the Year for 2022 because of the year she had within the ranks of the WWE. As far as the tag team division, we move to FTR, who at one point held tag team titles in three different promotions at the exact same time: New Japan, AAA, and Ring of Honor, and defended them, tearing down the house every single time they went out there, having classic back and forth matches with the Briscoe brothers three times throughout in one year, and it is unquestionable that that is the reason why they are the tag team of the year in 2022, with the Usos, in my opinion, being second, right below, with FTR edging out the Usos just a little bit, by just a little bit. The Acclaimed also up there as tag team of the year, and should have gotten consideration, but it is unquestionable in my opinion that FTR is the tag team of the year without question. A new award that was just added last year, with the Inner Circle winning it in 2021. It was 2022 the faction of the year, the Bloodline. Because by far, in my opinion, the most intriguing and interesting part of WWE programming in 2022 was Sami Zayn and the Bloodline. And it continues in 2023 with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline being by far the most interesting part of WWE programming. And it looks like things are coming to a head, but that's for a different video, not this one. And we'll look back at that in the future, in my opinion, as the greatest build in WWE To my knowledge, it is among the greatest build because it is not often when fans look at a talent and say he should be the one that beats Roman Reigns. Because a year ago, Sammy would never have been in consideration to beating Roman Reigns, but now because of what he's done over the last year, there are fans that want to see Sammy be the one that defeats Roman for the undisputed Universal Championship. Speaking of people that fans want to see defeat Roman, Cody Rhodes is one half of Match of the Year for 2022, as it is that Hell in a Cell match where Cody Rhodes revealed his torn muscle, or his that he went part purple, and his entire shoulder was purple, where he tore his pectoral muscle, and still competed in the Hell in a Cell match and gave us a 5-star affair with Seth freaking Rollins for the Match of the Year. The feud of the year, unquestionably, for the second year in a row, MJF wins feud of the year. His feud with CM Punk, unquestionably, is feud of the year, and I wish we would have been able to see MJF versus CM Punk for the AEW World Championship later in 2022. But of course, that didn't happen, and instead we got Mox versus MJF. But unquestionably, CM Punk versus MJF was feud of the year in 2022. And now we move to most popular wrestler of the year, as AEW wins it again, with Jon Moxley getting his third nod for the award and his first as Mox. His last two came in 2015 and 2014 back to back as Dean Ambrose, so it is his first as Mox. Most hated, I think everybody knows, for the second year in a row, it is MJF. MJF posted a photo of his two awards, with one having tape over CM Punk's name and replaced with MJF versus MJF for the feud of the year. And if you want to know why that's significant, Google it. Somebody took a shot at him. But in my opinion, MJF is right up there with the Acclaimed as having the best. Right up there with the Acclaimed and Roman Reigns as having the best 2022 in all of wrestling, as the Acclaimed really came into their own, as did MJF. And though it started out as a bumpy road, MJF righted the ship and made the most of it, becoming AEW World Champion by the end of it. But now we move to Comeback Player of the Year, which actually, for on a rare occasion, it is somebody not in one of the major companies, even though Johnny Gargano, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley were all first, second, and third runner-ups. And this is one of the only awards that I remember that actually have first, second, and third runner-ups, with Taya Valkyrie winning the Comeback of the Year. Taya Valkyrie, to my knowledge, works with AAA and Impact Wrestling. So good on Taya Valkyrie for being able to come back, I believe, after spending time in 2021 under the WWE banner in NXT. And then she comes back in 2022 winning the AAA Women's Championship and showing why she is still one of the top women's wrestlers in all of professional wrestling, as she spent time with WWE as Frankie Monet in 2021, but she was a part of the budget cuts due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And then she returned to AAA and defeated Deonna Purrazzo for the Reinas de Reinas Championship in 2021, and still reigns as the champion in AAA in 2022. Or I apologize. She did challenge her, but did not win the title until April 2022 at Rebellion, finally defeating Purrazzo for the title, and has held the title until since then. but also is a multi-time Knockouts Tag Team Champion with Rosemary as a member of the Death Dolls, and also she became the first MLW Featherweight Champion in 2022, also making an appearance in the NWA and making her presence felt in the NWA. Challenging Camilla for the NWA World Women's Championship. But Taya Valkyrie is definitely deserving of the Comeback Wrestler of the Year. Most Improved Wrestler, we go back to not having any runner-ups, and that is Mandy Rose ran away with the award, in my opinion. Unquestionably, Mandy Rose is one of, if not the most improved wrestler in recent memory, and it's unfortunate how the year ended for her, but we're not going to get into that here because the past is the past. But either way, Mandy Rose is more than deserving of the most improved wrestler of the year. Another new award, or relatively new award, and that is the Indie Wrestler of the Year, and it goes to the one person who deserves it, Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona has done a wonderful job since his debut back with WWE. Since his WWE release, I should say. And he has done a wonderful job on the indies since then, doing anything and everything under the sun, winning world titles and leading companies. And his work in Game Changer Wrestling is unlike anything you've seen in recent memory, as he is a heat magnet working in Game Changer Wrestling. If you want to see some picture-perfect heel work in the modern era, and people actually genuinely hate on someone, then Matt Cardona's work in Game Changer Wrestling is something you want to pay attention to. Most Inspirational Wrestler of the Year is the man who came back in 2022 from rehab and working through substance abuse issues and put AEW on his back. And I would say, I'd take it back, next to Roman Reigns, Jon Moxley is Wrestler of the Year unquestionably because of the work that he did in AEW and putting AEW first every step of the way in 2022 and being there when AEW needed him. You got to applaud Mox for the year that he had in 2022. Rookie of the Year is, well, Hook. I know there are some people that believe Braun Breaker should have been Rookie of the Year, and I do agree with that. But I also agree that maybe, just maybe, you got to see what Braun Breaker does on the main roster before you mesh him into the same category as Hook is, I would say, getting bigger reactions than Braun is. But maybe that's just because of the status of the arena, and we'll see what happens with Braun Breaker on the main roster. And one of the last awards is the Stanley Weston Award for Lifetime, or the Lifetime Achievement Award. And it is given to, well, people that deserve to be recognized for a lifetime achievement. The Stanley Weston Award is named after the founder of PWI and longtime publisher Stanley Weston, who passed in 2002. And in 2020, PWI announced it would begin naming 2 winners per year, as Bill Apter, longtime wrestling editor and magazine photographer, man of many talents and many gifts, Bill Apter is a legend in professional wrestling and is more than deserving of the PWI Stanley Weston Award. And George Napolitano is another person that is more than deserving of the award, and another wrestling photographer who has been a part of the wrestling business for many, many years and is more than deserving of this award. A Hall of Famer, a member of the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, as well as the George Thragos and Luthez Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and now is recognized as the Stanley Weston Award in 2022. Either way, this has been me breaking down the PWI Awards for 2022. Do I agree with all of them? I probably don't agree with all of them. Do I think it was very close, some of them? Yes. Do I understand the winners? Yes. But either way, I'm also looking forward to the Wrestling Observer. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts on the winners. And if you want to see more content like this, let me know also down in the comment section below, and I will be happy to oblige. Either way, though, I will see you in the next video.